Okay, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. It's already like 7:30. We just now getting started. So thank you for bearing with us. Just technical difficulties. Just trying to get acclimated to our new setting. We got a new setting, and we're all spread out, and hopefully everybody will be able to hear. So everybody's gonna be speaking into the mic, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Just put him on blast early, man.
No, everybody let us know. So we got this. We got it going on this time. So yeah, just thank you for joining. We are gonna just kind of start it off. How many people do we have so far? Because I need to get in there too.
Let's see.
We want to make sure everybody.
I'm trying to figure this out. I'm still a novice with all this.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I need to cut this down.
I'm just pulling
Cut down
everything
the
up,
volume.
y'all.
Okay.
So thank you. We good?
Yeah, we only got like 5 viewers on, so
Okay. We'll just
I
give
guess.
it a couple minutes.
Yeah,
Okay. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Had a very productive day. I was excited to get here to see you guys and hang out. It's like the highlight of my day, man.
Okay.
Nothing better on Thursdays than hanging out with Miss Tori and Mauricus.
Yeah.
Well,
How was
that's
your
good to
day?
hear, man. That's good to hear, man. I'm glad. I'm one of the highlights of your day.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Like I said, we can be real cool and friendly. I think up until about August, man. Then after that, it's
Oh, yeah.
yeah. You
Then
know what it is.
all bets are off, and we rivals. Only on the time that we are gonna play each other.
Is it rivals? That's what we got. We rivals.
Well, now we're not rivals yet.
No, I'm saying all you can say we still rivals because it's been.
They say technically, in order for it to be a rivalry, one or got to win a game first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
we ain't played each other yet. Well, at least not with the Ducks versus Outlaws. You know what I'm saying? And I think when it was Colts and Outlaws, it still wasn't a rivalry because we won all the time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, we won.
I mean, the viewers saw when you won all the
Yeah.
time, but if they dig in that history though.
If
They
they
gonna
didn't,
see.
if they didn't see it, it don't count, dog. If they didn't see it, it does not count.
I'm gonna have to find some old tapes so I can show it to them.
Oh man, Tori, how's your day been?
It's been good. It's been good. It was busy today. It really was busy today. It's been people. I don't know. It just seemed like people were off today, and it's almost Friday. That's what I can say.
Okay.
It is
Cool,
almost
man.
Friday.
Make sure Friday night y'all stop in the Vibe. Get y'all some drinks, get drunk, go home.
I'm too old for that. My recovery isn't the same, so I can't be getting drunk.
Tori, you was just in Vibe last week getting
Hey,
toe
hey.
up.
I don't know about really.
Good. So
Really?
you tried to blast me out.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Come on, Fred.
Now trying to get Mauricus up the Vibe would be a different story, man.
No,
You don't drink,
You
do you?
need to show face now that you.
No, like towards the end, I got too old for that, man.
Man, like I don't understand how a dude can chew tobacco but not drink.
Drinking is probably better for you.
Yeah, I know
Just
it is.
saying.
Get you some good old fashioned whiskey or something, man.
No,
Some Jack
man.
Daniels.
I mean, I know you got bottled waters in there, man. I come up there and
Yeah,
grab me a few of them.
Water,
Be like,
Sprites,
I don't know if
Diet
Coach
Coke.
Mike on, man. I keep Diet Dr. Pepper up there just for him,
Oh, yeah,
man.
no doubt.
I spiked one of his drinks last time, and
I come up there and give with Mike, man. We order them Diet Dr. Peppers all night, man.
Oh
man, well, looks like we got some folks tapping in.
Yeah.
All right, so we appreciate everybody who's jumped in thus far. We'll wait a couple more minutes.
Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Get that old fashioned Kentucky Deluxe.
Yeah.
That's the stuff the boy put hair on your chest.
Yeah, stuff had you in the graveyard.
Parisa, you look so studious with your glasses. We skipped out
Well,
on the sunglasses.
Well,
and we're just doing
last
glasses
week,
today.
man, they told me I came off and they're trying to look like an OG and MC Gusto and all these other folks. So I said, you know what, I got to go from gangster to nerd. So, this is my more studious, professional, intelligent look,
That's what we're going for. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So I can be flexible with it. You never know which Coach Fred you're going to get depending on how you approach me. y'all approached me with some niceness, so I came with the nice
with some
Fred today.
bang bang. Y'all lost last week or what? How about that? We're gonna still get the studio.
Hey, chill out now. We ain't got to that part yet, man.
Okay.
We ain't got to that part yet.
Got it.
And and technically we really didn't lose. We really didn't lose last week. But we'll talk about that though.
Got it.
Yeah, I want to hear what you called it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. I want to hear what he called it.
Okay. All right. Well, man, let's go on and get
I was
into
gonna say,
it
are we gonna
then.
jump right into that?
Yeah. Well,
Let's go.
Well. All right.
go.
Well,
Go ahead. Let's start it off.
you wanted to do a tribute to Black History Month, right?
I
So
did.
let's take a few minutes and.
Just a general tribute because today is the first Thursday, month of February, first Thursday Black History Month. So really just wanted to take the time to just appreciate the fact that, it's our month, for all us Black people, this is a month that we take. It should really be every day of the year, but, specifically we have our month. And so this is a time that we need to really just be uplifting us as a culture, and just really appreciate the fact that we have come a long way.
Right.
We've come a long way. We still got a lot more way to go, but we have definitely come a long way, and really just proud of where we're at as a culture, just as a race, who we are, what we represent. And just like I said, wanted to really generalize it and just be proud of who I am as a Black woman. And yeah.
Okay. Well, I can tell you something Black history related. We can jump right into the Eagles and 49ers game. Autumn Lockwood, man, first Black female to coach in the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's
with
what's
the
up.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So listen, Black woman.
There you
So
go.
that's a major achievement, you know what I mean? And a big stride for Black women. So, that's something that I definitely salute, man.
You know what? I know it's Black History Month, but I kind of want to touch on just the woman aspect of it, because, man, if you notice, women have been integrated a lot more into professional sports. With the referees. Now you got coaches. So that's a big up just to women in general. That glass ceiling it was slowly starting to chip away at that. For all the young women out there that are aspiring to, do some of the things that. A lot of us men, we kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
It's, just a lot of credit and a lot of praise, to the young women out there of all races.
I appreciate that. And Nicole Lynn. Y'all know who she is?
Nicole Lynn.
Mm-hmm. She is the first Black woman to represent an NFL player in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Jalen
okay.
Hurts,
So
right?
that's Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Agent.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
Yep.
that's what's
Her
up, man.
agent, his agent, yep. So shout out to her. She's Delta as well. So
What you mean as well? You a Delta?
I'm not a Delta, but
Oh, okay. I'm like, hold on now.
look, all sororities. No, but shout out to her because, like you said, that glass ceiling. You don't really talk about something like that. That's not something that's really heard of for our community. So, yeah, shout out to her for that.
Good deal.
So,
okay, so now that we got the tribute to Black history, you know what I mean? I want to know what Fred called
a loss.
a loss.
Man. All right, so last week, man, we kind of got we got hammered last week for me spending so much time on my 49ers. So in honor of the Philadelphia Eagles, and also because I am a sore loser, we're not going to talk about the 49ers much today. All right, I think it's a perfect time, and I'm just giving the audience what they want.
Maybe you not.
Right.
Maybe you
So-
not, but when it comes to me.
So when I say, as a faithful 49er fan, right, we didn't lose because we never had a chance when our starting quarterback left the game after the first or second series, man. I mean,
man.
come on, how can you even? We
When you
never
turn
had a
into one of them?
chance.
When you turn into one of them, though, man? When did you turn into one of them?
Hey, I mean,
Because I've been knowing you for years, man. I done coached with you, coached against you. When did you turn into one of them? Man, because our starting quarterback didn't play, that's why we didn't win.
hey, but am I
man,
speaking?
so what?
But am I speaking facts or not, though? Right?
No. The only thing you speaking factual is that your quarterback didn't play. Your starting quarterback. Your starting quarterback ain't played in weeks.
Hey,
You start quarterback ain't played all
hey,
year.
look, man. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan now.
What?
Hey, man, look, they whooped our ass. All right,
There you go.
they whooped
Okay,
our
that's
ass.
what, wait, 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 wait.
That's it.
Can we just take a moment? Can you say it one more time?
Yeah, they whooped our anus.
Okay.
I guess I shouldn't be cursing on the live or whatever myself, but they whooped us, man. All right, it was old fashioned. Take you back out to the shed, tan to you. You know what I'm saying? With no remorse, right? We'll get better from it. You know, we'll get better from it.
I believe that. My thing is this, man. Look, so yeah, you speaking facts, man. I'm just giving you a hard time about not having your quarterback. But here's the thing, like I said, you've been down 2 quarterbacks all season.
Right.
Purdy come in, now you're down 3. Now you got this guy on the roster, okay? The Josh Johnson kid, man. He'd have been around, because he about as old as us, because he been around, you know what I mean, for a long time, from team to team. But here's my thing, though, man. As a coach, and this is something you know too, man, you have to have every guy prepared, man. These guys are in the NFL. You can't sit and tell me, well, man, you know what? Since he's in, we can't throw the ball. We're going to run the ball every down because he can't throw.
Hey,
man, give that man. Look.
Did you see him?
I saw him, but, you know what I mean? They became one-dimensional, running the ball. And even if Purdy had played, man, look, like you said, you still didn't stand a chance.
We stood a chance with Purdy, man.
Chance of Purdy played,
but with the other guy, I don't even remember his name, man. When he came in, I said, oh, they got a brother quarterback. All right, cool. This dude about to do something, I'm thinking at least he will be equivalent to Baltimore's backup quarterback. Because what's Baltimore's quarterback to back up?
Huntley, man. In the Pro Bowl, man.
Right, okay, yeah. So, I'm like, all right, he going to come in and, give us some of that sauce, man. And he came in and I said, Lord, come on, man. Like, and I'm trying to keep the faith. My phone blowing up, everybody clowning me and stuff, whatever. But it is what it is. Like I said, last week, it's a no-lose situation for me with Jalen Hurts because I love his story. I hate that they whooped us the way that they did, and normally it would be hard for me to root for the Eagles. But, the Eagles, in order for Jalen Hurts to get his flowers, the Eagles got to win.
Which is unfortunate, Fred. Man, that boy done proved himself already, man.
All right, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, he's been a winner. I think I put a post up on Facebook earlier this week, basically saying, man, this guy, all he's done is won. Yeah. Man, and the thing, he don't just win, he wins with integrity, and, he's a high character, type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So, big shout out to Jalen Hurts, you know what I'm saying? And not just him, his whole management team. You can tell he's surrounded by people that want to see him prosper and want to see him win. So like I said, I mean, I'm definitely, rooting for the Eagles in a Super Bowl. So, I guess we need to talk about the other game a little bit, with the Bengals and the Chiefs. What was your take on that?
Man, kind of like the same thing with the Eagles and 49ers, man. Chiefs just whooped their ass. I don't care regardless of how close the game was.
Right.
Man, the Chiefs whooped their ass because, I mean, Burrow played under duress pretty much the whole game.
He
man.
did.
You know what I mean? So he wasn't able to get into a rhythm. I think he had one big play, the big play to chase. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. The Chiefs' defense not being as strong as some of the other defenses is the reason why they was able to get the few little points they did. But Mahomes, man, that's just it. That's the difference of the game.
Hey, hold on real quick, man. I got to address my old school homeboy, Wayne Coleman. Hey, Wayne, dog, we had a chance before the game started, man. Don't sit up here and clown me on my show, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Wayne? Wayne, a.k.a. the coach, man. That's my homeboy right there, man. But, yeah, but go ahead. My bad, man.
Well, no, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Just the difference of Mahomes. Mahomes on the field. That's what it was. That was the difference of that ball game. Now, going into it, man, honestly, I thought with Mahomes being hurt, you know what I mean, with him having that injury,
right.
Kelsey, you know what I'm saying, having, problems throughout the week. I was like, man, the Bengals pretty much going to run away with these dudes. Man, no. They won't have Mahomes probably played one of his best games all season.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, we went 1-on-1 last week with the picks. You picked Philadelphia. You won on that one. I picked Kansas City. I won on that one. Honestly, I didn't think the Bengals would have I didn't think they would have the experience, right? Mahomes is a Super Bowl champ. Although a lot of the other guys on that team may not have been there, you know what I'm saying? Mahomes is, he's a tough guy with a lot of moxie. I think the Bengals went into it a little bit overconfident.
That's what it was.
They was very cocky. They was very arrogant. And they have the right to be that way because Mahomes hasn't beaten those guys, I think, in 3 tries, right? So I felt like the edge was for the Chiefs because they had something to prove.
Yeah, they're going to play up. They're going to give them the best shot. And that's a lesson that need to be learned for everybody involved in sports. And
right.
Because I've been on both ends of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Man, look, if you come in, okay, I'll tell you like this. If you keep taking shots at somebody, you keep taking shots. I don't care how many times you knocking them down. You keep taking shots, man, eventually they're going to get your ass.
Yeah, they're going to get you.
But the Bengals probably would have went into that game and won. They probably would have went into that ball game and won because the Chiefs had everything working against them.
Right.
They had Mahomes hurt.
Right.
They had Kelsey hurt. But what they did with that Burrowhead and all the trash talk they did all week, they fueled the fire, man. And they made them boys play up, man. So they played at another level. The Bengals stand to take their ass home, man. And Kansas City going on to the Super Bowl.
Well, look at it this way. Excuse me. It came down to the last play of the game. I think Joe Burrow played horrible. And, because he is a, highly decorated NFL quarterback, I don't think that he received the amount of criticism that he should have received after the game. But it came down to the last play. They had a rookie who made a bad decision, man. But as I was talking to Shane McMillan earlier this week, man, and we was talking about that play, and I said, man, the one thing that you can't take away from that rookie kid was the fact that he made a mistake going 110%.
Right.
Man, he's chasing Mahomes, man. Mahomes is out the pocket. You don't know if he's going to try to cut it up. You don't know what the scenario was. The guy made a mistake playing with everything on the line. Unfortunately for them, it cost them the game, right?
Yeah, it didn't cost them the game. What cost them the game was the damn intentional ground that Joe Burrow got.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you, But because the NFL is a league where they really don't criticize the decorated quarterbacks, they found fault in the rookie, So, and I like Terrell Owens put up a post, man, and it was a picture of the rookie kid and another Bengal player came over to console him. The guys, and it was crazy because they kept putting the camera on him. Mm-hmm. He's crying. He's a grown man. Mm-hmm. So when we think of football players, we think of tough, manly guys, man, or whatever and stuff. But football is a very emotional game, right? Yeah. So they left him. His teammates left him, man. They abandoned him. Yeah. As a leader, I think that
when they were in the locker room, they were I don't
cursing
know.
at him, everything, right?
It was a bad call, but they still made the call.
For me, that would have been a perfect opportunity for Joe Burrow to show his leadership and go put his arms around that kid and say, "Hey, man," but who knows, man? Maybe they had that conversation later, but as far as I'm concerned, that kind of showed the character of the team. Because they say, man, one for all and all for one. That definitely wasn't displayed in that game, in my opinion. So I'm happy that the Chiefs move on because that takes us to another milestone in Black History Month, with it being the first time in history that you have 2 black quarterbacks playing in the Super Bowl. Right? So what are y'all thoughts on that?
I think that's great. I'm always rooting for, our people to excel. So I'm gonna be watching Eagles. That's my team. That's my city. So
yeah, it's definitely a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had black quarterbacks in the past playing Super Bowls. That I think Doug was the first black quarterback to win one. We had I think McNabb did McNabb? Yeah, he played in one. He played in the Super Bowl against the Rams. I think.
Yeah, he didn't win though.
He didn't win. Like I said, we had a couple of black quarterbacks to play in it, but to have two playing against each other, where we gotta have one to win this year. You know what I mean? It's a good thing. But that's kind of something not on Black History, but it's just a testament to how the NFL has changed.
Right.
You know what I mean? How the game has changed, man. The game is not built on these traditional stand in the pocket quarterbacks no more,
Right,
man. You
right,
gotta
right.
be able to move. And I think, like, I know the man was old, but I don't think Tom Brady really wanted to give it up. But what I do think, you know what I mean? What I think, man, is that game got too fast for him, man. Man, that game against Cowboys, you see how fast that game was going for him? And it was just too fast for him. And now, you see, you got to have these mobile.
Right.
You got to have these guys that can move around back there, man.
It was time for him to hang it up anyway.
So listen, me and Miss Tori had a whole conversation earlier today about Tom Brady, and the reason why he retired, right? So she said Tom Brady was selfish because he needs to be spending more time with his family, and I can see that because she's a wife, with a husband, and I guess she want her husband at home all the time, barefoot.
That is not
whatever.
That,
You know
no.
what I'm saying? My thing was, I said it
not
was
nice.
crazy, right? Because Tom Brady didn't retire, man, to Giselle start, man, taking these almost half-naked modeling photos, right? So I said, man, that'll make a dude retire quick. I don't care if that's his ex-wife or not. He's like, hey, man, hold on. Now you can't be doing. Hey, baby, I'm going to retire, man. We're going to go and get back together. So I think that's why Tom Brady retired, man. He don't want nobody snatching up his goods, man.
Tom Brady retired because the Cowboys was on his ass, man.
Man, come
That
on,
game was
man.
moving way too
It
fast.
was, yeah,
man.
he was so
That
he
game
needs
was
yes.
moving way too fast for him. Man, Tom Brady, man, look, Fred. I can't say Giselle is the reason why he retired, man, because I feel like Tom Brady don't like his family, man. Tom Brady, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can't like his family.
Man, that's a powerful statement.
Because he wanted to keep playing football, man. This dude is damn near 70 years old, man.
Man,
And
hold
still
on.
playing football.
Still playing football.
Hey,
He had the
hey,
opportunity.
Hey, I'm kind of with Tori on
He
this. Man
had
could
the
have been at home with his
opportunity.
kids.
Yeah.
Man, listen.
What else is it for him to
So
accomplish?
just because you love football mean you hate your family?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because this is my thing. Like, what else is it
gotta
for
have
him
a
to accomplish?
balance.
Like, the man, like, he's already considered the GOAT. Like I said, that's before he went to Tampa Bay. He
Yeah.
went to Tampa Bay, won. Man, could have hung it up right then, man. None of that stuff would ever happen. Well, I can't say this. I don't know what he had going on personally. But I think he would have had a better chance for none of this
Hey,
stuff
man,
happening
listen.
if he was at home with
It
his
don't
family.
matter if he retired a year ago, 2 years ago. Giselle was gonna find something wrong, even in retirement.
Well, yeah,
That
women don't
she
find something
because he's retiring, but he's not gonna stop working. He's still gonna be broadcasting. He's probably gonna be
That's-
even more
that's
busy
fine.
out of retirement
You know
than
what,
he
that
is
makes
in
sense.
retirement.
But he's not gonna.
You're right.
You know what
He's
I'm
not
saying?
gonna
The
break
dude is
a
just
hip
a competitor.
You're right.
when he's out there broadcasting.
Well, yeah, because Giselle got him looking frail as hell now. The dude looked like he weighed about 120 pounds.
Don't blame
Face
that.
all
Don't
sunk
blame
in,
that on
and
her.
and I
That's on her.
yeah,
That's on
she
her.
won't let him eat nothing.
I don't think so.
But anyway,
The man
You
just
know,
needed. It was
Tom-
time for him to
look,
retire.
hey.
He needed to retire to let the young kids come in and do their thing. Let somebody else shine. Get somebody else that opportunity.
Yeah, well,
he needs. No, it's
Tom
time for
Brady's
him to
still
hang
the,
it up.
he's almost the GOAT. Joe Montana the GOAT, but Tom Brady right up there, 1A and 1B, Montana and Brady. Right?
Them your goats.
Yeah, as far as quarterback, yeah.
Man,
You asked
Jerry
him like
Rice.
that.
yeah.
Jerry Rice.
Man, the greatest quarterback that ever played in the NFL is Michael Vick, man. I don't care what nobody say. Hey, that's the greatest quarterback ever played in the league,
No.
Michael Vick, man. If Mike Vick didn't go to prison, man, I'm telling you, Atlanta would have had a Super Bowl. That's the
Oh,
goal for me.
man.
Mike Vick.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
I
well.
stand on it.
Okay, so who's y'all's predictions? Who's gonna win?
I think Philly's gonna win. I think Philly's gonna win, and I'm honestly, and this ain't no shot at Philly because I think they should win. They didn't have to do much against the 49ers to win. They didn't have to do much. So the only thing that makes me kind of leery about that is I don't know exactly what they're gonna have to do to beat Kansas City. Marika said earlier in the conversation we had this week that he never seen Kansas City defense play like that.
Yeah.
I don't watch Kansas City. I'm not doing the regular season or whatnot. So I don't know what their defense is like. Other than when they, how they do them with the stats or whatnot. But I think Philly seems like they're healthy. I guess that guy Reddick. I don't watch the Eagles either, man. But that guy Reddick, man, that dude's a damn dog, man. Yeah. And I think with Patrick Mahomes not being 100%, I think he's going to cause a lot of problems. Philadelphia's their front four and their back four is off the chain, man. They got a great secondary. They got a great D line, and then the linebackers are pretty damn good also.
Yeah, I agree with it. I'm agreeing with Fred.
So so I'm thinking Philly is gonna win. Now,
okay.
I almost want to go for Kansas City because right now I'm kind of feeling like my luck ain't that great. You know what I'm saying? So if I go for Philly, then Kansas City gonna win.
No, they're not.
I don't care who you go for. Because
here's the thing, man. Darius Slade made a comment earlier that assured me 100% that Philadelphia was gonna win. He said that the Cowboys pretty much gave them the blueprint of how to beat San Francisco. He said by studying that game that the Cowboys and San Francisco had the week before, gave their defense the blueprint of how to beat them. He said how to get them in third and long situations, such and such, to get them off the field. He said, man, they went over that, and that's pretty much what gave them the advantage in that game.
Right.
So with him saying that, leads me to think that, man, they're going to go back and they're going to look at that Super Bowl with Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Man, if you can recall, Tampa Bay had Mahomes on the ground pretty much all night long. Pressure. And at that time, Mahomes had what? He was deep out there receiving. That's when he still had Hill. That's when Miko Hardman, I think he hurt. He not playing right now. Man, Kadarius Toney, he hurt.
Right.
So the more pressure, I think Philly's gonna bring that pressure, bring that pressure defensively, and that's what's gonna slow Mahomes down. Offensively, man, you seen Philly run game, right? Man, look, I'm trying to watch that over and over, man, because man, their offensive line, man, it's just a beautiful thing to watch, man. I love it, man. They would run the ball down, and they've been doing this all year. That wasn't just last week. That's been all year. That's been the staple of their offense, to be able to run that football. And, that's what's helping Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? That's helping him. And I ain't taking nothing away from him. I think he had, the truth be told, Hurts deserved the MVP this year.
I believe so.
But that, man, any quarterback, okay. And, as much as I hate these guys, go back to Dallas when Dak's best year.
Right.
That strong run game he had, man. Strong. Jalen Hurts got the same thing. He got the same thing right now. That's making him more efficient passer because he got a strong run game.
All right, so you predict the Eagles to win. I predict the Eagles to win. Miss Tori is predicting the Eagles to win. So it's pretty much an Eagles sweep as far as tapping in is concerned.
Yep.
I have a question for you, though, with you being a big Bama guy, right? I looked at some stuff on social media, and it's like an argument or a debate over who is taking credit for the success of Jalen Hurts. You got the faithful Alabama alumni saying, hey, man, Alabama is what created they created Jalen Hurts. They made him into the guy who he is, right? Then you got guys from Oklahoma saying the same thing. What's your take on that?
Man, I swear I'm so glad you asked me this, man. So here's the thing. Jalen Hurts went to Alabama, right?
Right.
They call him kind of off guard. So Jalen Hurts went to Alabama. True freshman. Went to the national championship. Took Deshaun Watson to the max. Took him to the wire. Came up short. True freshman. You know what I mean? Came back next year. Led the team to the national championship. Got in a tough game against Georgia. He didn't play well in the first half. You know what I mean? They bring in Tua. Tua goes in, man, give us a spark. We pull it off. They interviewed Jalen after the game. Class. Man, I knew he was going to ball. That's Jalen. I knew he was going to ball. He got his opportunity. I'm just happy that you know what I'm saying, we national champions.
Right.
Jalen, come back to Alabama the next year. Sit on the bench. Cheering Tua on. Coming to the SEC championship game where we needed him. Gave us a spark, a game that we were struggling in.
Right.
He came in and did exactly what Tua did the year before.
Right.
To give us a spark. So we can get back, I think that year, when we get back to the championship game, that's the year Clemson blew us out. So we get back to the championship. Okay. Didn't play a snap in the national championship game that year after he came in.
Right.
And pretty much
basically got y'all
us
to
there.
the national
Yes.
championship.
Left and went to Oklahoma. Okay. I think Lincoln Riley's offense and the way he developed quarterbacks did evolve Jalen as a quarterback. That 1 year he was there. I mean, he finished, second or third in the Heisman race.
Right.
You know. He do that. He going to the NFL draft. You know. Nobody's giving him a shot. Nobody giving him a chance.
Right.
He's been helling everything with class. Just grinding and grinding. And look where he at now.
Right.
So the answer to it is Bama didn't make him.
Okay.
Like, yes, I say it like this. He learned how to be a winner and he learned how to face adversity.
Right.
At Bama. I can't say he learned that, but that's some things that he had to deal
right.
with there. He evolved as a quarterback at Oklahoma. But, man, Bama nor Oklahoma can take any credit for that kid, man, because that kid had to be developed at Channelview High School or wherever he was at, I think somewhere in Houston, by his parents. Because look how he handled everything, man, with the class and the character that he showed.
Right.
Even when he was a freshman to a sophomore, man, he's been this way.
Right.
He was there. I think, he had to be that way before he stepped on the field at Alabama. Man, he's handled every situation, man, maturely, professionally, and with class.
Right.
Like, through everything. They still not giving him a chance. They still saying, well, Jalen Hurts he has to win the Super Bowl to prove himself.
Right.
Man, Jalen Hurts proved himself when he was a freshman at Alabama. He proved himself then when he led that team to the championship.
Right.
Did I think he was a great passer? Man, look, for me personally, I ain't gonna lie. I was happy Tua came in because that changed, you know what I'm saying, a lot of what we were doing. But I still don't take nothing away from him because offense changed, the system changed, a lot of things changed with Tua from Jalen. They're two different quarterbacks. But I tell you what, they on the highest level now. Who in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
What Tua doing?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Is he still concussed, man? He still may be hurt or whatnot, man.
But see, Jalen, man, you can't look, Bama fans. We can't take credit for that. Oklahoma, y'all damn sure can't take credit for that, man. That kid's dad was his high school coach.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could tell he come from a great family. He come from a 2-parent household. Man, Jalen Hurts was built wherever he came from.
You know what, man? And I'm glad that you touched on, those facts because when I look at Jalen Hurts, man, you've yet to see this kid in any type of scandal. Mm-hmm. He always says the right thing. It's always team first and then him, second.
Exactly.
Watching him in Alabama, I remember, man, we debated this when we had the Fred Moe show, right? And I picked Clemson. Mm-hmm. Right, to win. And I said, hey, man, I feel like because they basically did a number on Jalen, it was going to come back to bite him, right? Or whatnot, and it did. I think it's safe to say that as a parent, we all would like our kid to be like Jalen Hurts.
No doubt.
High character kid, you can tell that, like you said, the grooming, the tutelage, the mentorship, that started way before, he stepped foot on the college campus, right? So, to me, the debate, it was a great topic, when I seen it in the social media forums. But I said, I don't think either one of those guys should get credit because Jalen Hurts and his family deserve all the credit for his accolades and his accomplishments thus far. Now, hopefully, he can finish it off, and get a Super Bowl because the one thing that no one can ever take from you is being a Super Bowl champion. That's football at its highest level. And, we live in a society today to where the quarterback is the premier player on the field. Mm-hmm. So if his team wins the Super Bowl, man, you got to throw him right up there with the other greats because Burrow hasn't won the championship. I think Mahomes has what? Josh Allen ain't won.
Mahomes has one.
Dak ain't gonna never win one. So he automatically ascends to the top. And I'm gonna say this: even if he doesn't win, he's a winner.
No doubt.
He's a winner.
No doubt.
And like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on him because, like I said, I just love the guy's story. I love his journey. My old high school coach used to say, man, there's a right way and a wrong way to win, right? Because you don't always win doing it the right way. It seems like this guy has done it the right way. So definitely.
He's won and lost the right way.
Yeah. Much props to him, his family, his team, for just doing such a great job and still providing, inspiration to the young kids. All right.
But can we take a minute and just take a couple steps back?
Okay.
To the Super Bowl, because I don't know about you. Okay, I know y'all watch the game, but I like the halftime show. So we know who's gonna be performing at the halftime show, right?
Yeah, Riri.
Yes.
Riri.
Yes, Rihanna. She hasn't been in the public eye for a good minute. She just had her baby.
Oh, did she? I didn't know Rihanna was. Who's the daddy?
A$AP Rocky.
Oh Lord. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She's probably gonna be performing all her songs, and I don't know. Most men are like, "Oh, we need another Janet Jackson moment and all that stuff." Okay, all right.
But what, man? Big shout out to A$AP Rocky, man. From what I understand, Rihanna a billionaire, man. Now they got a baby.
Yeah.
Man, he may be doing it.
No,
he just bagged him a billionaire baby mama.
Oh God.
He gonna be rich for the rest of his life, man.
I want to know what guest appearances Rihanna gonna bring out with her. You know what I mean? Like, is she gonna bring out a Jay or you know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure she has to since she's with Rock Nation.
Yeah.
Whatever. So.
She gonna bring out
Jay-Z
Future
even
and
rap,
do the
though?
love.
Jay-Z still rap.
Do the love song on
You
her.
can't say nothing about Future because he's part of the new generation and all that mumble rap and all that. Okay, I'm showing my age just a little bit.
Well, big shout out to Rihanna. Black female billionaire. She's built an empire. And she's definitely inspiration to a lot of the young women out there as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing a halftime performance.
I hope it don't be like that. Remember, I was all hyped, man, for the what was it? What was it, man? A couple years ago, Dre, Snoop, 50, and all them, man.
That was last
That
year.
was last year.
That was live.
I'm saying, I don't think it would. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, man.
You tripping, dog? That was the best halftime
performance, man.
Ever.
If you had kept 50 out of it would have been the best, man. I just need to be straight Snoop and Dre, man.
Oh.
He only had like a verse.
No, man.
He
50 got on there and dropped down, man. 50 looked like he ain't look like 50 like 100, man. He was fat hanging off the damn thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, that boy eating good, man. He eating good now.
All that
I
budget
don't
you
like
making from them shows.
Oh man. All right, well.
I just need to touch on Rihanna.
Yeah. So now we're gonna try to get into the meat
And potatoes.
of the meat and potatoes of what we do.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, real quick. I'm so sorry. Someone had asked, Maricas, where can they get one of your hoodies?
Where can they get one of my hoodies?
One of your hoodies.
Tell me.
So show everybody what your hoodie look like.
Oh yeah, Fraternity Athletics, man. This the brand. Everything will be out soon. You know what I mean? Links will be on social media. Everything will be out. So just stay tuned. Keep checking in on my socials, and it'll be something out soon where you guys get a hoodie.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll probably put some of the links on the live as well. Where you can get some of the stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fraternity Athletics, man, is taking over. We're about to take over, man. So.
I'm trying to find who asked that.
It was Martin. Martin.
No, okay.
Man, ain't nobody trying to get no hoodies, man. Rob, no way.
Okay, he was trying to promote you. Okay,
Hey, he
that was a good
scripted
time
it,
for it. Hey,
All right, so now for everybody that really knows this, right? We enjoy talking like NFL playoffs and all this other stuff, whatever, but we are subject matter experts in youth football, right? So this is like my favorite part of the show, man, because we get to talk about things that are currently going on in youth sports. You know, a lot of the top stories, you know, a lot of the good stuff as well as some of the stuff that's not so good or whatnot. So one of the things that I kind of want to piggyback off the Jalen Hurts situation, right? Because he started off at Alabama. You know, for whatever reason, it didn't work out for him. He transferred to OU, right? Now, we know that Jalen Hurts did it the right way, all right? But a lot of these parents are switching teams, and they're not doing it the right way, all right? So, you know, I kind of got some thoughts on that or what have you, but, you know, I just kind of want to throw the lob to Mauricus, man. You know, he ain't coached in a few years or whatever and stuff, man. So you've had an opportunity to look at it from a spectator standpoint. You know, what have you observed, and what are your thoughts on that?
I'm sorry, give me a question again so I can understand what you're asking.
So with just how the kids are transferring, because you starting your org back up, right? So to my understanding, you picking up a lot of kids, man. DMF Ducks, man, right now I think is probably one of the hottest new orgs in San Antonio. Man, you rolling full steam ahead. You know, you got people that are calling you daily trying to get their kids signed up, but these kids are coming from other organizations, right? You know what I'm saying? So with the new trends and the new wave of this little transfer portal in youth sports, you know, we realize that some parents do it the right way and some parents do it the wrong way.
Well, what's considered the wrong way?
Oh.
What's
you
right,
want me to touch on that, or you want to jump in on that, man?
What's the right and wrong way of transferring your kid? Because if a parent decides, hey, I don't like this coach, I don't want to be with them, is that the wrong way, or what's
No, there's no wrong way when it comes to a parent's feelings, because everybody got a right to feel the way they want to do it.
Right.
It's the way you go about leaving the coach that you don't like. It's the way you handle that situation. I'm going to tell you something, man, that I think this the dumbest shit that I see is what we're saying, the transfer portal. Man, I think you pointed out to me, I saw on
it was on the
in
national
one of the
page.
groups, they have a database for kids, youth kids, that's called the Youth Transfer Portal.
Here in San Antonio?
It was some San Antonio kids on the portal. It's on the national page, but I saw some San Antonio kids in the portal. You see what I'm saying? Where you can click a button that say recruit kid or remove kid. That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen before in my life. Wow. Man, look, this is youth sports. The one thing you don't want to do, and it's I don't want to ramble, but this is kind of what you're saying could be the wrong way. Everything's the wrong way. Everything that's going on right now is pretty much the wrong way. Not everybody, but I'm going to say a good 80% of youth sports, man, and I'm not just blaming football. I'm saying youth sports, period, is the wrong way. Man, to start, these kids got to have something to look forward to. That's the first thing. There's a couple of things you have to kind of, and, you know, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because at the same time, man, I'm building the org. So, you know what? I know every kid that come to me that's not 4 or 5 or 6 years old probably play with another team.
Right.
Probably come from somewhere else. You know, hell, I'm coming from somewhere else because my little son started out somewhere else, and now I'm doing my thing. But like I said, it's a way to handle it. Man, give these kids something to look forward to. Stop, like, putting out here transfer portals and stuff like that, or you know, what's some of the things, you know, man, I mean, there's just so much I can say right now, and I don't want to get off topic because if I start talking about what I want to say, I'm going to get off topic. Man, you have a right for your kid to go play anywhere. If I want my kid to play with the Outlaws, he can play with the Outlaws. But if you know what? If next year I want to take my kid to the Ducks, I can do that. And if the next year I want to take him to the Colts, I can do that. Next year, I can do that. You know what I mean? I have a right to do that. So as a coach, we can't get upset with that. You know what I mean? We can't be mad at that. But that's the wrong way to do things on the parent. That's the wrong way because you're not teaching that kid a damn thing, or you're not giving him an opportunity to grow in, you know what I mean? You're not giving him an opportunity to grow or have any sense of, I guess, you know, I mean, I hate using that word, a sense of loyalty to, because I hate using that word when it comes to youth sports, man, because, man, that only lasts for so long. You know what I mean? Youth sports only last until what? So the loyalty word is a strong word to use in youth sports. But at the same time, man, you don't want to be that person to take your kid to every damn team it is in the city just to just to be doing it. You know what I
Right.
mean? 'Cause a lot
I
of
also
them
say
do
there
it
would
to be
have to be a reason there because okay, so for me, my son plays on the Outlaws, and I could say I am loyal to the Outlaws because I'm team mom, my son is there, my husband coaches, like all of that. But outside of loyalty, let's just say if there was a coach who was doing my child wrong, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm loyal to the Outlaws. I'm still gonna stay when this coach is effing my son over. So that's I guess that then at that point, that's not considered a wrong way if I'm saying I'm jumping because of this coach.
right.
Or
But and before you saying that's my whole thing. See, and that's one of the words that bother me when it comes to you sports, to that loyalty word. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Look, man, I'm loyal to God. I'm loyal to my family. I'm loyal to my friends. I'm loyal that way. When it comes to a youth football organization, man, yes, I'm down with you, but man, ain't no way I'm been putting my whole life and saying I'm gonna be 100%
Right.
loyal to you, because
Right.
you just can't do that.
Right.
You can't say that because things can change at any point in time. Not saying I'm gonna leave here and do this, do that, but things can change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could be loyal to the person in the organization, but you don't have to be loyal to the organization. See, one thing that bothers me like now, man, is like when I see certain things, man, and this ain't taking no shot, y'all gonna laugh at me, but man, it's almost like, cause I was saying when I was over there, oh man, outlaw this, outlaw that. It's a way of life,
Hey,
outlaw,
baby,
man.
that's
Niggas,
what
man,
it
it's
is,
50
man.
years old screaming, it's outlaw this and outlaw that. And you ain't never played for
It's
the
a way of
outlaws. The
life,
kids
baby.
do. You see what I'm saying? So that's my point I'm making. I'm like, man, look,
I get it.
it's good. It's good to be a part of it if you're doing it the right way. But man, we kind of making it bigger than what it really is. We making what's wrong bigger than what it should be. What I'm basically trying to say. It's more about the adults than it is the kids now.
Absolutely.
All right, so here's my take on it. I'm not going to even use loyalty at all, because when I think of kids switching teams, the first question should always be, why? Why am I taking my kid from one org to the next org, or from one team to the next team, right? Now, in my opinion, I think our parents will not allow their kids to face adversity. All right. So when I say a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it, a lot of these kids, they don't know how to overcome adversity, because instead of overcoming the adversity, man, the parents just change the circumstances. All right. So the kid never learns anything. All right. So if your kid is let's say, a second string player, right? It used to be a time back in the day, where that was motivation to get out there and try to beat the guy out in front of you. That made the whole team better, right? Because you got two guys battling for one spot. Nowadays it's like, hey man, my son ain't gonna start. You get parents that come to the team saying, hey man, my son plays this, and if he can't be guaranteed a starting spot, we're gonna leave. In almost every competitive organization or competitive team, there's gonna always be some type of argument after the game about playing time, a kid's role, how somebody else can do something better for them. So when I think about kids and parents and even coaches, switching teams, my first thing is, man, like, before I even accept you into my organization, I wonder, man, well, can you handle adversity? Because who's to say that same adversity, may not be present when you come to this team?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think it has anything to do with loyalty. I think it has everything to do with parents just trying to control every single aspect of their young kids, sports career, right? Because once you get to high school, what happens if you get to high school, man, and your kid ain't starting? You're going to uproot your family, move to a different part of the city.
That now.
Well, I know they're doing
that now.
And
They do that now.
Right, and that's one of the reasons why I'm saying that's BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, make these kids overcome, obstacles. When they get to college, man, because it used to be a point when you was in college, you want to transfer, you have to sit out a little bit, man. You know, it costs you a little something. So you have to
why
really.
don't y'all do that? Why don't y'all make it harder for these parents to just move around? And this isn't just for you guys, but y'all are two people who are, owners. Like,
I don't, because that's not fair to the kid. That's my whole thing. I don't think that's fair to the
true.
kid. And see, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back just for a second because you just said it again. Like when you said you're not gonna touch on the loyalty part of it. Because I want to make sure, man, that what I was trying to say is understood. The loyalty word is what I'm saying is a strong word that people use when it comes to youth football organizations. A very strong word, because loyalty mean, hey man, I'll die for you, man. I ain't finna die for DMF, Ducks, or the Outlaws. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? What I'm loyal to, man, I'll die for that. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, you got to have pride in your organization. You need people in your organization that's man, you can trust it's gonna be there. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Not loyal, but people that's going to be there. That's gonna give you 100% when they there, and you put 100% in the people that you taking care of when you run the organization.
Right.
So that's one thing I want to clip. I don't want people to think, man, well, he not even loyal. Yeah, I'm loyal. I'm not gonna say I'm loyal to it, but I'm gonna give everything I got to it because I'm not gonna die for it. That's a strong word.
Right. You're keeping the loyalty in perspective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I don't think anyone will be loyal to someone that is harming a child or harming them. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that would be tough. That would be tough for someone to even ask of you, hey, man, stay loyal to this team when you know the team is screwing your kid over. Like, if it's something intentional, if it's something where the kid is in danger or whatnot, I can see that. But I'm just talking about strictly from a competitive standpoint. If you say I'm going to move my kid from one team to the next because you guys don't want to give him something, then to me, it just doesn't make any sense, So, once again, I don't agree with how a lot of these kids and parents switch. They go from team to team or whatnot. But Tori, there's no way to stop it.
You can't stop that.
There's no way to stop it because, of course, when you run these organizations, our job is to provide opportunities for kids, right? And I know that it's not sometimes it's just not a good fit. I've had kids that have left my organization to go play with other teams, man. Maurice is on this organization. Now I got several kids who played with us last year that are over playing with him now, or that are going to be playing with him in the fall. And, you ain't heard no negative talk from me. I'm like, hey, man, good luck to him or whatnot, because that's the way that it should be, right? I don't hold nothing against the parent nor the kid, but hopefully, they would leave the right way. You know what I'm saying? And under the right circumstances, So, like I said, I mean, I think that's something that we probably need to touch on a little bit more, as we get into other episodes or whatnot and start getting some of the feedback from some of these parents to see perhaps why they are leaving organizations. Now, we know not all organizations are the same, man. No. Some organizations don't have the same goals or that some of the parents have, right? Some organizations, they just, it is what it is, man. But, I definitely think that that's something that we need to strive to do better for, when it comes to trying to retain some of these kids. So maybe that they can develop some loyalty because, I know, like, with me, man, after I go through something with you, that's when that loyalty comes into effect. Like, we've been through some stuff together. Yeah. So, man, I'm going to stay down with you, man, because, we done overcame something. But if we ain't never went through nothing together, it's easy for me to bounce, So, shout out to all those parents, man, that have stayed with organizations even when things didn't seem like they were great. And hopefully they were able to make those things right or at least give the organization an opportunity to. You know what I'm saying? And, man, shout out to the parents that have enough courage to leave an organization when things aren't right. Just make sure that you do it the right way.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a two-way street too.
Yeah, no doubt.
The parents, those people who are switching teams, like they change the underwear, that I understand, but the coaches also have to be held accountable too, because some of these coaches, man, you got
and that's a lot
balls,
of it.
Like it's
that's
just,
a lot of it. It's a lot of it. But real quick, I'm gonna give a shout out. You know what I mean? To all the parents that's looking for a new organization. I'm here, DMF, you know what I'm saying? Hey, for all y'all team hoppers, anybody looking for an organization, hey, look, holler at me, man. I'm taking all of you.
You taking team hoppers?
I'm taking whoever. You know what I mean? Come on.
All right, look, let me ask you this because, Tori, you brought up the, you brought up the situation with the coaches, right? Mm-hmm. So, for those of you that are watching, like, tap in ain't just something that we come on here and discuss the stuff, man. We talk about a lot of this stuff away from the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Because, Mauricus, you and I were talking about how some of these coaches, you shared an opinion with me on how some of these coaches, are shamelessly, trying to, you know what, I'm going to let you segue into that, man. You know what we talked about. I want you to give your own segue to that topic.
So we talk about so much. We talking about how a lot of coaches is pretty much trying to take credit for a lot of these kids' success.
Yes.
Is that one thing we're talking about? Okay.
Right.
Man, I touched on that, I think, a month ago on social media, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a long-ass post you wrote,
man.
I know like 5 pages.
I know, and if you want to get some good stuff, read it, man. You know
what was it about?
Well, here's the thing, man. Look, so, just like today, okay. Today was National Signing Day, right? I'm pretty sure me and you both had kids that played for us to sign today to go to college. Man, I got invited by a couple of kids, man. You know what I mean? To come to it. Well, not the kid actually, but a couple of parents. Hey,
right.
Coach Moore, you want to come over there? Man, I don't go to that. I don't do that. You know what I mean? The reason why, because that day is for the kid and the parent.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like there's no reason for me to be there all in the pictures and smiling and saying blah, 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 knowing, man, I ain't did nothing with this kid, man, since he left my program.
Right.
Other than talk to him. You see what I mean? Man, look. In youth sports, we coach these kids, if we lucky, we can start with them at 6, finish with them at 13. After that, man, they going to do their thing. Right. You know. It's no way, and I think you kind of got at me on that too. Mm-hmm. It's no way that I can take credit for any child that's signing on to play college ball anywhere or went to the NFL or any of that. Now, what I can do is I can celebrate him. Right. You know what I mean? I can do that. I can say, okay, you know what? I hope that I was a little piece of something that he took with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like I said, man, see how big this table is? This is how much we mean. This little corner right here is how much we mean to the overall, I think, when it comes to it. Because, man, it start with family. It start with your family. It start with kids. Man, I coach this kid, but it's like probably 20 other coaches that coach this kid.
But
you see what I'm saying? So I am not going to be one that's going to get out here and just parade around saying, oh, man, such and such got this because I did it for him. Or such and such did. No, man, I didn't do nothing for him. You know what I mean? What I did was I coached him when he was little. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping he took something with him. And what he did that on his own along with his family. So, man, at the end of the day, bro, you coaches, we have to stop some of the man, we just got to humble ourselves, man. That's what it is. Humble yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't speak for everybody because some of them may have the right intention of it, man. You know what I mean? Some of them may really feel like, you know what I mean? But on the realistic part of it, Fred, like, okay, so I can name out a couple of kids right now that signed that was on the national championship team I had with Ed Marion, Batman, the DeBose boys.
Right.
Bailey signed with Utah State. Think about it. We had a lot of kids that LJ going to Oregon. Carson signing. John Mike playing ball up in Dallas. Right. We had another coaching going to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Carter.
Texas
State. So you said the list goes on. They're not the only ones. If I missed anybody, but here's the thing. Bro, I didn't do none of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't nothing I did.
Say that? Why do you say that you didn't do any of that?
Because their families did that. Their families. That stuff come from your family. You see what I mean? Look, I can take credit. When Dakota Jackson Goodlow, if he ever make it, I can take credit for that. You know what I mean? I got a son right. I got a son over in Alabama right now, man. This ball. The got his first offer a couple of weeks ago. That's my oldest boy. Mm-hmm. I can't take credit for that. You know why? Because I'm not there. Like I'm over here. You see what I'm saying? Man, talk to him, love him to death, cheering him on. The only thing I take, he got my genes. You know what I mean?
Right.
He got them on. So, and he's doing extremely well, man. Very proud of him. But at the same time, I can't say I'm the reason why he got that off because I'm not over there working with him like that every day.
Right.
He's doing that on his own. You see what I mean? So all that credit goes to him and his coaches that he got over there.
But he started somewhere.
Right.
So you don't think that anything that you have done in any of these kids that you just listed,
I think what he's saying is this, because he and I actually share the same, mentality with this, right? Because, man, I've coached so many kids. I've coached youth football for 20 years, man. I've coached so many kids that have gone on to college. Man, some of these kids are doing great in life. I'm talking about making good money. When I look at the 49ers, right? Spencer Burford, man, he's in the NFL, man. You got other guys, Marvin Leal. Now, these are not guys that I directly coach, but they actually come from the outlaw program. So you have guys that have made it to the highest level, right? So I'm going to use Coach Jay for an example, right? Coach Jay stopped coaching a long time ago or whatever stuff, man. And he and I had a conversation because, the last draft, he had 4 of his kids get drafted to the NFL. Man, that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just sent him a little text. Hey, man, like, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, for what? Hey, man, for, just being a part of these kids' journey. He was like, oh, man, that's all them. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, in the back of my mind, I knew he wouldn't take credit for it because we cut from the same cloth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at all the kids that I've coached, I would be less of a man to take credit for every successful thing that they have, they've encountered after they left our program. When kids leave the outlaw program, I'm telling you right now, man, I got too many kids to go to every high school football game. So honestly, I rarely go to high school games.
Right.
Because I feel like, man, if I go to one, then I got to go to the next.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just become a supporter, and I tell all my kids, look, hey, man, like, I'm not one of them type of guys who are going to try to step in your limelight or your shine, but if you need me, reach out to me. If I see there's something that I can help you with, I'll offer my advice, but I don't force that upon any kid, or whatnot. Furthermore, man, my thought process is this. If you're going to take credit for all the good stuff, man, you damn sure better be ready to take the blame for some of them kids that don't make it.
Exactly.
Because there are a lot of kids, man, that have come through our programs that, man, they not getting no offers. These guys are in prison. Some of these kids are, in the graveyard. Some of these kids have turned out to be, man, horrible adults or young adults. I don't see any youth football coaches stepping up saying, hey, man, I got something to do with that. No, because even as youth role models, sometimes we don't always portray the right image to these kids.
And that's what I was getting. Okay, I don't mean to cut you off. Obviously, that's why I was there, Fred. I think we doing all the talking. That's what I was pretty much trying to spit out.
Right.
Man, you like me and you said earlier, you can't take credit for the good
and not the bad.
And not the bad. And like Fred just said, man, some of us coaches, man, are pretty much doing more of the bad as far as image when it comes to these kids than it is the good. You know what I'm saying? So the truth be told, most coaches can take credit for the bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of them take credit for the bad and not the good. The ones that's making it out, like I said, that's all them. That's all them. You know what I mean? Let's be realistic. Most of these kids, man, you may find one or two that you can say you truly helped develop.
Right.
You know what I mean? That you truly helped develop. But most of these kids we get, man, they come in and can ball. The only thing you can pretty much give them is more knowledge and more knowledge and more knowledge to add on to their game.
Right.
And they're going to get more knowledge when they go to the next level.
Right.
It's just going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. So, like I said, we about this much of this table is how much we are when it come to these kids that's making it. You know what I mean? And it feel good. Like I said, don't get me wrong. It feel good when you see these kids, you know what I'm saying, that you and coach have been a part of their life at some point. Make it.
You know what, man? I think the most rewarding feeling is when those kids come back and tell you,
There you go.
you know, hey man, coach, you meant this to me.
There you
know,
go.
my high school coaches, man, I still talk to them this day, and I still tell them how much I love them, how much they meant to me, how much they've helped shape me into the man that I am today. Now, of course, I had a loving family or whatnot, older brothers, older sisters that, you know, helped guide me and mentor me and push me in the right direction. You know, I had a great support system, but my coaches still had a lot to do with who I've turned into, right?
So
But
with you saying that,
here's the difference. I could already know where you're going with it. Here's the difference.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I ain't never had one of my coaches say, you're who you are because of me.
No.
Right.
I've never
There you
had
go.
one of my coaches tell
There
me
you
that.
go.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother extreme.
There you
though.
go.
Well, I mean,
that's a whole nother extreme.
Nowadays, let's be real about it, okay? And I'm only talking on the youth football level, right? A lot of youth football coaches take an extraordinary amount of pride in saying, this kid is this because of me, all right? And I just don't, I don't think that's right. You know what I'm saying? But that's my own personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now, there ain't nothing wrong with them coaches having a sense of pride and saying, hey, man, I took this kid that nobody wanted. I worked with him, and I did this and I did that or what have you. But like Coach Maurica said, those kids are few and far between.
Right.
You know, most of these kids come to the game, at least the ones that are highly successful, these kids come to the table with something to offer already. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think it's fair for the kid. And I'll tell you what, man, even if I did play a major role in a kid's success, not in football success, but in his life success, there's no way that I could take credit for that. Even if I felt inside, hey, man, you know what? I helped you do that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because to me, once again, the most rewarding feeling is when these kids come back and say, hey, man, Coach Fred, I love you. Man, you know, it was times when I didn't believe in myself and you just pushed me and you helped me overcome a situation. And you'll probably never know, you know, how much that moment meant to me because, you know, I never shared it with you, but I'm sharing it with you now. Because, you know, as adults, man, we don't really realize who really impacts our lives until we become adults.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, like I said, and this ain't a knock on none of the coaches. I don't know nobody think this shit is a personal shot at nobody because it's not.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It's just simply a way to say, hey, man, youth coaches, allow these kids to be kids, man.
Let
You
them
know what I'm
have it.
saying?
Let them have it.
the spotlight. Look, man, I'll never touch a football again in my life. You know what I'm saying? My days is over with. You know, when it comes to youth football, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it don't matter how many games I win as a coach. You know, like that spotlight is for the kids.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the spotlight needs to remain on the kids. You know, so like I said, I mean, that's, you know, and that's something that nowadays when we talk about with youth sports, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the shenanigans that you see or to bring the shine to who? To the coach. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I kind of go back and I say, look, hey, man, you know, when Maurice and I talked about this, you know, previously it was just kind of like, you know what, man, you know, oddly enough, we both kind of had the same viewpoint on it because, you know, we seasoned, man. We've been in the game for so long, you know what I'm saying? And we've come across so many kids, man. He and I talk about kids that we've coached, and it's like, damn, he ain't doing too well. You know, it's like, well, man, you know, what about this kid, man? You know, I mean, he and I both have kids that are in the prison system right now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, so it's hard to kind of take the credit for the success of kids without acknowledging that you have something to do with the negative side of it. So,
And you just said something, man, that just, when you said that, okay, so, man, youth sports it's like the parents and the coaches, it's more shine on us than it is the kids.
right.
And that's what I keep saying. Yeah, we got to reverse it, man. Give this thing back to the kids, man. It's no reason, and I put it like there's no reason that, okay, the DMF Ducks is getting ready to go play whoever. And we walk in, and everybody, oh, Coach Mo. All because, you know why? Because we've been no different than anybody else. The thing is, we just happen to end up on TV at one point.
Right.
But no different than any other youth football coach it is in the country, man. Okay, I take that back. I am a little better than some of y'all. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, But no, being serious, man. Look, all that's cool, all that's fine and dandy. But see, stuff like that is what changed the game, and we got to change it back. Man, I don't need all the focus on me. Fred don't need it all on him. And see, stuff like that is what. Man, I don't know why it's so hard for me to explain it. Me and you just talking on the phone, I can explain it so well. But here's the thing.
I'm
Listen,
just waiting for it to come
if
out.
it's like stuff like that, like okay, me and Fred walk into a game and there's a lot of spotlight on us, and not on the actual organization or team. Other coaches see that. So when other coaches see that, that forms a sense of, man, blah, 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 I'm better than them cats, I'm better. So that causes more and more, and what it does, it end up causing more and more of the BS that's going on because there's more spotlight on. Can y'all get what I'm trying to say? It's more spotlight on what we're doing, and that causes more adults to, like, strive to do more so they can be noticed. And that's a problem. Why are the adults and the coaches trying to be noticed? You see what I mean? Why are they striving to be noticed? Man, coach your damn kids and then you'll be noticed. Coach your kid and you'll get your flowers for being a good coach. But see, coaches, and they try to do everything they can now to be noticed. They're trying to do everything they can for somebody to say, oh, man, he doing this, and this coach is great, this coach is great. Man, I swear, I'm telling y'all, man, I know ain't nobody gonna believe me, but I don't need to hear none of that. I swear, I don't need to hear none of that. I don't care. All I know, if I go out here and I give my kids 110%, win or lose, man, I'm gonna be okay with that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I don't need people telling me I'm great. So my point is, I don't need these other coaches got to stop that because that's what's taking youth sports away from the kids. Because you so worried about yourself, you ain't even putting nothing into your team no more. You know what I mean? So.
Troy, what's your opinion on that? Because
I mean, I hear what y'all are saying, but I don't think that you guys are giving yourselves enough credit. Yeah, seriously. Yes, I understand there are coaches out there that are saying, "Oh, it's all me, when it really isn't. But for those coaches who are legitimately making, positive impacts on these kids, like you are able to sit there and say, I kind of did impact them, and there's nothing wrong with saying that.
Right, and see, I guess this is what I'm trying to say because I agree with you. Like, I do feel like there are certain kids, man, I've had a huge impact on their lives, but it's not my place to tell them that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If they come back and say, man, Coach Fred, you've had a great impact on my life, then I'm going to be receptive to that. But the moment I start going, you married, so Mills is a great guy, right? Mm-hmm. But if he tells you all the time, man, you know what, you'd be nothing without me. I'm the reason why. Man. You know what I'm saying? After see, look how you looking right now. Exactly. So imagine the kid feeling the same way.
But you guys aren't saying that. Y'all are not that type of people. And I know other coaches are not that.
What's understood.
I'm not taking that.
What they say, what's understood.
Don't need to be explained.
Don't have to be explained.
Okay.
What's understood don't have to be explained.
So look, we're gonna get into our next topic. Coaches, man, give the game back to the kids, right? Now some of this shit gonna fall on deaf ears. Because some of these coaches right now saying,
I'm saying we full of shit.
They hating me right now.
Yeah, saying we full of shit.
F Fred,
Definitely F Maurice. They ain't gonna say F Fred.
Man, them jokers is old school, or they ain't won, or this, that, and whatever. And it's like, hey, man, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If it's truly about the kids, keep it about the kids. You know what I'm saying? If you need more praise than the kids, then you probably, I would suggest, my opinion, coach on a level to where you get paid. You know what I'm saying? Where you can brag about your accomplishments. Right. But if you're truly volunteering your time and your energy and your wisdom, then it shouldn't be anything that you're looking for something in return for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where we go with that, man. Now, the parents and coaches, right? You gonna coach your son this year, right?
Right.
I'm coaching my son. My son is on my team, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm a parent and I'm a coach. You're a parent. You're a coach. You're a team mom. Your son is on the same team that.
Nope.
Wait, hold on.
Nope.
Okay, all right. So you.
I stepped away from that.
So you're an exception.
But I still teamed up for him last year. So
right, okay. Mm-hmm. The point I'm trying to make is this: are parents and coaches starting to take youth football too far? This will be the last topic of the night, man, because I know we've been kind of long on time, whatever and stuff. parents and coaches taking youth football too far. Every day I look up, man, I see, kids working out, which I think is great. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. By the way, I know we got a lot of outlaw parents that are highly committed to, letting their kids work out. Some of them is for other reasons as well. It's not just for sports. It's to, release some energy or whatever, just to be physically fit or whatnot. But there are also those who may take this a little bit overboard, right? So when it comes to how we're pushing these kids, some of these parents taking it too far, some of these coaches are taking it too far. You got certain teams already practicing for the fall, man, in February. Mm-hmm. So once again, and I'm not trying to, throw these questions out there to y'all, but I really want to know, because this is something that we haven't talked about, away from here. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Here's my thing on that, man. So, like you just said, and let me be clear, you know what I mean? Man, the only reason why I can talk about it now, man, and you too, man, we was those people. Man, we been those guys, man. I mean, think about it. We been them guys, man, running them kids into the dirt, man. Yeah. Doing all that. That's why I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I'm trying to change that. Well, I have changed. I want everybody else to change it, man, to make it, what it should be about. So my thing is this: as far as the working out and all, there's nothing wrong with that. Like you said, it's nothing wrong with the kids getting out and working out. It's actually good, because nowadays most kids do what? They sit in the house, they play their electronics or whatnot, and things of that nature. So yeah, they on their electronics, man. They PlayStation, PlayStation 5, the
Game Boys.
You know what I mean? Man, y'all know what I mean, man. So it's good for them to get out and do certain things. Now, the one thing that I think is going too far is that when you're trying to take a 7 or 8 year old and push them so hard daily in one position in one sport, you see what I mean? And that's what's taking it too far. Right. It's taking it too far is when you have a kid that's playing in every damn tournament or football game or whatever it is that go on. When you got a kid that play a fall season, then do winter tournaments, then play spring ball, then do some summer tournaments. You know what I mean? That's taking it too far.
Right.
But the working out, no, man. 2 or 3 times, you know what I'm saying? Every 2 or 3 weeks, man, that's good for a kid, man. Hell, that's good for us. You know what I mean? To get out and work out with them and stuff like that. So that's not taking it too far. What's taking it too far, like I said, is just, the extra, okay, like you said, they practicing right now in February for fall.
Right.
Now, okay, we can get out there and you can work out, train, get your skill set together for fall, but flat out practicing and running plays and doing, that's going too far. So if anybody doing that, man, y'all better win. I tell you that. You better win.
Hey, man, I mean, nowadays, it's pretty much win at all costs. Everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody. A lot of these coaches and parents they've subscribed to, man, if you ain't a national champ, then the season's a failure, right? So there's a lot of different platforms and stuff that kind of promote, the national atmosphere or whatnot. So I ain't gonna lie to you, I go to the national youth page, right? I rarely comment on that page, but I just see so much that I find troubling, because it just appears that, a lot of these kids are getting run into the ground, at an early age,
And it shows.
Yeah, and it shows,
Mm-hmm.
Now, once again, I'm not going to be no damn hypocrite because, I believe in hard work, not just in football, in my daily life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to work my ass off or whatnot till I can't go no more. But a part of the evolution of coaching youth sports is, man, to realize that just because it's something that you've always done don't mean that it was always right.
Right.
So all our practice is going to be hard as hell. We're going to get out there. We're going to bust it. We're going to push these kids to the brink of failure, you know what I'm saying, in order to get them back on the path to success. But I said brink. I didn't say we're going to push them till they fail. or we're going to push them until we destroy them. You know, I read a post once again, because I ain't going to lie to you, man. When I'm looking on social media, man, like, it's just a lot of stuff that sticks with me. There was a post that says coaches are killing kids' confidence, right? Now, if you ain't never played competitive sports, that statement probably won't mean anything to you. But if you played competitive sports, played college football, you know what I'm saying? I know how it is to have to overcome, a coach that may not cut for you. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing but negative stuff to say to you, right? And even as grown men, that hurts us, right? And it does make you doubt whether or not you cut out for this particular team or this particular position or whatnot. So it's like, man, the goal nowadays should be to encourage these kids, right? Because you'll have a kid that's 7 years old who may not be a great football player. In fact, I'm gonna get a little bit personal. I remember, and I don't know if you remember this, but there was a game that your husband was coaching, right? And I was on the sideline, and we blowing the team out. We beating them down, and as a president of the organization, what was I telling them? Hey, man, get the rest of these kids in.
Get them out there.
Get them out there. We have about 4 or 5 touchdowns. And it was kind of like, nah, man, And Brian, I ain't throwing you under the bus. I'm just using this for an example because it was, we're competitors, right? I don't want to give up a touchdown. And I said, man, listen, giving up one touchdown, you know what I'm saying, ain't going to kill us in the grand scheme of things. But it will kill these kids' confidence if they go a whole game in a blowout fashion and don't touch the field. And I'm not talking about one play or 2 plays. Give these guys an opportunity to show what they can do, right? Because you never know, man. That kid may be on the verge of saying, you know what, man, I don't want to be a part of this team no more. You know what I'm saying? And you need those kids. If you got a team of 30, you may have a legit, let's say, 14, 15 kids that can play. Mm-hmm. Well, anybody that plays competitive football knows that's not enough to go out there and compete at the highest level. You need some of them other kids to come along the way as the season goes on to get better. Because the more you play, things happen. Injuries. Well, read the comments. Because you laugh. Who was that, Brian?
Mills.
What'd he say? Because I can't see it.
He said that wasn't me. He
okay.
said it was David.
Well, it was your team. You know what I'm getting at. And then, but later, the same story with Brian. Later after the game, we were able to discuss that.
Right.
And he was able to understand where I was coming from with that because, excuse me, like I said, I mean, I haven't always shared that mentality. We used to have Coach Jay had a team called the 50-Old Boys. So, we was beating every team 50-0. And it was like, man, we ain't giving up no points or whatever stuff. Honestly, I don't subscribe to that anymore. If that makes me a hypocrite, then I'm a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I subscribe to anymore.
Bro. And I've been kind of being silly tonight, you know what I mean? But I'm going to go back to being, serious on how I really feel about it. So here's the thing, Fred. So killing their confidence can only come if you're not doing the right thing as far as developing them. That's something we talked about earlier. And I want to go back to like what you just said a few minutes ago as far as overdoing it. Let's go back to some of the stuff we did. Think about, running them kids into the dirt. You know what I'm saying? In the 4 weeks, like working hard and overdoing it, man, kind of like go hand in hand. Because I remember me being at Outlaw, seeing these kids running them to death. When I was at the coast, man, I got kids over there running them to death, and I'm laughing about it and cheering it on and running them to death and saying that's not developing them. Right. So one of the things that we need to do different, like hard work and development, man, is that should go hand in hand, and that's what we really need to do as coaches now, man. Like, let's focus more on the development of the players, and instead of just.
So does development mean everybody gets a participation trophy?
No.
I'm not saying so. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that everybody should be developed. Some going to develop faster than others. Some going to develop better than others. Some may not ever get it, but that don't mean you don't put everything you got into them. Into each child.
Absolutely.
And let's not overdo it. let's not overdo it, man. Maybe all of us as coaches need to sit down somewhere and take a damn class on something to say, man, this is how,
I've been saying
this
that.
is how, this is how, you know what I'm saying, your practices should be done, such and such. Now, I don't mean you got to stick by it, but you can look at something that makes sense and kind of like make your own way out of it. Instead of just, man, I'm telling you, Fred, in June, when it's 108 degrees outside, and we out here running these kids, man, to death, and talking about this hard work and this gonna get them ready to play 4 quarters.
Right.
Man, that ain't gonna get them ready to play 4 quarters, man. All they're doing is killing them damn kids out there. That's not the only way that we can get those kids ready to play 4 quarters of football.
Well,
it's just not. And that's one of the things, I'm telling you, we both guilty of that in the past.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's why I asked the question, man. I mean, because when it comes to winning, you know, what's the priority, winning or the development?
Right.
You know, and
Not both.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got to develop the win.
Right. I mean, and I agree with you. I'm not going to be one of those rec coaches who say, man, it's all about development. Well, you can't be doing that great of a job developing kids if you losing every week.
Right.
You're developing losers.
Right.
But what I'm saying is this: there has to be a balance, you know, between the two. Because, I mean, I think it's safe to say that some kids that got it, they just got it. We ain't done nothing to bring nothing out that kid other than put the ball in their belly and say, hey, man, run the ball. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or you got a kid that's, you know, man, that's way bigger than the other kids, and he just bullying the other kids. Like, we ain't really done nothing to enhance that, right? They just happen to be a little bit more talented. But then you have a kid who works hard, you know, who shows up. You know, he may not be as good as his teammates, but he has all of the intangibles that we're looking for, but then you sit him on the bench because he's not ready now. You know, he's not ready right now, so we just push him to the side to where if you did spend some time with the kid, work with him, build his confidence up, you know what I'm saying, you can still tell him, son, you're not ready right now. You know, you may not even be ready this year, but we're still going to work with you in hopes of getting you better so when your time does come, you're ready for the moment.
Well, just because they're sitting on the bench doesn't mean you haven't worked with them.
No, I agree with you.
Okay.
But some of them kids is on the bench. Man, you know, when them parents come to you after practice, and I've had it, you know, as a president of the org and even with my own team, you know, a parent come to me and say, hey, man, my kid sat over there the whole time.
Doing
practice. Yeah, doing practice.
But see, that's the wrong. They can't
Right.
sit over there like that during practice.
But this is what I'm saying. This was an old Coach Fred. When I said, hey, look, man, if the kid don't show no initiative in practice, man, that's where they're going to be at. Now I'm saying, you know what, I'm encouraging the kids to be like, hey, come on, let's get you out there. Because some of these kids just lack the confidence.
Right.
You know, so if you can tell the kid, hey, man, you know, modify that. I'm going to use one example that we used to do. Now, this was way back in the day, and people are probably going to roast me for this or whatnot, but it was old school football. When we did hidden drills, you just went with whoever was the next person. So I could have a kid this big and a kid this big, but if they happen to come up at the same time, that's who you go against. Mm-hmm. It wasn't no like, hey, man, go with somebody your size. You like, man, no, get up in there and you go against them. Man, knowing that, man, this kid about to tear this little kid off the bone, you know, but we were saying that developed toughness, right? But it was really stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now when I see coaches doing that, I'm like, no, man, get a lineman with a lineman, get a skilled guy with a skilled guy, or get somebody who has, you know, similar athletic ability so that you can get a kid a chance. Right, you know, so you can get the kid at least an opportunity for some success. You know what I'm saying? You know, none of us want to be put in no-win situations. You know what I'm saying? Especially while we're trying to get better. Now, once you get to where you need to be at, then, hey, man, it's all cards on the table. It's like, hey, man, I'm the best that I can be, so put me against whoever the best is on the opposing side, and then I'll live with whatever the result is. But until you get that kid there, it's kind of hard to say that. And once again, you know, am I an expert at doing this? No, because I still coach, you know, and I still have kids that probably could use a little bit more development, you know, or whatnot. But you know, it's something that every coach, I feel, should be at least trying to work on to get better.
Right. We're not going to be perfect. Man, I'm going to make mistakes. I made mistakes last year coaching the flag team. You made mistakes. We're going to keep making them. But like you said, man, we have to strive to try to at least get as close to perfect as we can, especially when it comes to somebody else's kids and these kids that we coaching. You see what I mean? Because we're dealing not just with ours, but with other people's kids.
Right.
If I'm not going, if I want what's best for my son, man, you damn better believe I want what's best for the rest of them out there around him. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So what's best for them is giving them the best of me. And the best of me is making sure that I'm putting them in position to have success
Right.
and not just in position for everybody to look at me like I'm having success because I'm winning ball games with the best kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, you have to develop in order to win. Or you just get your team for the dogs and you're going to win that way and you ain't got to worry about it. You know what I mean? And we both have found ourselves in them situations before.
Right.
I done had teams, man, where I had nothing. I had to pretty much, you know what I mean? You seen it.
Right.
Well, I've had nothing. Then I've had teams, man, to where, shit, man, I can just sit back and watch. You see what I'm saying? Because it ain't much that I need to do with these kids other than call the plays.
Right.
But, like I said, if you really want to know the truth, Fred, I probably had more fun with them teams, man, that I really, truly didn't have much on
Right.
and really had to develop. Man, I probably had more fun with them guys than I did with teams, man, that go out and blow everybody away.
Right.
You was having to actually work.
You know what I'm saying? It's
So, I get it. You have to develop. And then once they get to that point where, okay, I'm out of youth sports, then hopefully they'll be able to take away what they've learned from you guys and not the bad.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
good.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
man, I think that sums it up for the night.
pretty much.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed our show. Once again, man, we try our best to bring topics to the table that are of interest to you. Like I said, man, we're gonna keep pushing it. We apologize for the late start today. As you see, we got a whole new setup. We try to, we listen to the feedback from last week. So we tried to figure the way me and Maurice can talk without having to lean back, behind Tori or whatnot. She's the prettiest, so she should be right in the middle or whatnot. So, we just enjoy all the support. Once
thank
again,
you.
we're all new to this, but we're having a good time doing it.
Well, y'all
so.
are not. I am.
Well, we new to it. I mean, we done been on the TV
I'm
show
still
and
new
two
to
over
it,
there. and
Fred.
stuff,
I'm
but
still,
we
I got to get a
new,
lot better. I'm still
Right.
new to it. But
so
I'm striving to be better.
We're striving to be
I'm
better.
going to develop myself to where I can do this. You
There
know
we
what I
go.
mean?
Get better
So-
every week.
So make sure you guys tune in next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to use our YouTube platform, but we need at least 50 subscribers. I think before the show started, we were like 35. 36, all right? So we can get a few more on there to hit 50. We can start doing the YouTube lives as well. Like I said, I mean, we just want to talk to folks that want to hear our takes and our opinions on youth sports and just society in general. So, man, once again, we appreciate you guys tapping in with us, and hopefully we'll see you guys again next week.
Yes. Thank you. Enjoy your week. Good.
I'm good. Yeah, good. Hey, yeah, good night. What Russell Simmons say? What he said? What Russell Simmons used to say?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know. All right.